Be sure to catch up with the series using the playlist in the description. Also, go and support the author Jordan Durham on his Patreon if you like his work. Even $1 a month can go a long way. Instead of giving the like button a chance to reach its perfect form, finish it off right here and now and relax with a juice box. While Tilman has his hands wrapped up in battling Lord Noob, Brewd trains in the Room of Spirit and Time. Learning the ability of flight, the warrior is ecstatic how invigorating it is, letting Mirai know how much he appreciates everything he has done for him, even going as far to call him master. Although, a question lingers in his mind. As he is aware, Brewd has 2 sons, but one of the boys simply showed up on his doorstep as a baby one day. He has always wondered where exactly he came from, curious if he knows anything about it. Who does, as a matter of fact. Going on to explain, both Brewd's sons are being groomed to become gods of destruction, informing Champa is not originally from this universe, but the powers that be knew his rivalry with Beerus would be his biggest motivation to become a great Hakaishin. Brotherhood fosters rivalry, rivalry fosters progress. The planet he left behind is much like this one, but paradise in a different way. The planet is lush with life, and all who live there have it very easy, causing Brewd to draw back, asking if this means everyone here is meant to suffer on purpose, though this was not Mirai's decision to make. Elaborating that his brother is right about one thing, as his rule produced a strong people, mentally and physically. The pharaoh himself is all talk, but Brewd is evidence of that result. His sons, however, are a different kind of special. Beerus and Champa have been reincarnated 9 times. Champa's previous lives are responsible for the paradise his planet has become. In Universe 6, where he was a great ruler who consumed the god water and dethroned the pharaoh, his father. He ruled with an iron fist, much like the pharaoh here. But unlike Genzai, he encouraged the planet to embrace technological advancement and listen to Mirai's own kind. So rather than just having one utopian city, the entire planet is such a paradise, and their understanding of technological and energy manipulation has already spread throughout Universe 6. Sadly, he was betrayed and killed, but took his quote, god power, with him into his new reincarnation. Beerus' previous incarnations were all champions of the pharaoh, the strongest and greatest fighters of all. His first reincarnation, who was also the son of the pharaoh, died challenging him and took his god powers with him as well. After being pushed to be stronger for 9 generations as a species, this incarnation has unbelievable potential. The pair are quite literally destined to be gods, and being that Universe 6 and Universe 7 are what's known as twin universes, and the strange parallels of their lives, they are in a sense still brothers and twins themselves. Eventually, the powers that be will return for Champa and take him home in a chariot of the gods. And after this is all over, if they make it through this, that is, Brewd must do everything he can to make sure they are ready for that job, because unfortunately, after this 9th reincarnation, they will cease to be the same being. Mirai believes the real goal of the gods is to create miraculous mortals. The gods of destruction and creation work together to create a universe teeming with advanced life, and if they are lucky, one fit to be a god. His theory is that the supreme being that rules all universes was the result of the first ever successful development, and that he and his kind are the most advanced beings to come out of any universe. And as such, the king of all wants to use his power to create other advanced beings like himself, enlightened beings. But again, this is just his theory. The warrior can't help but point out that seems like a lot of trouble to create godly beings. Genzai and himself had developed a similar relationship, like that of the Hakaishin and Kaioshin, coincidentally, which made this planet the ideal place for Champa and Beerus to be raised. Although, in this particular case, this could all be a scheme amongst the current Hakaishin of both universes to retire. But there's more yet Brewd must know. Eagerly, he implores Mirai to go on. He explains many years ago, his brother came to him and asked if he could remove a curse from he and his people. He told Mirai that a dark force, which he now assumes to be Lord Noob, had cursed any of his kind that walked this land to be forever hungry, and that if any of his kind were to leave this planet, that generation would be the last. So once Noob and his kind leave, Brewd's people are doomed. Mirai is afraid this is indeed the case. But if that's how it must be, he will make sure the last generation has some form of peace. Knowing they have all suffered for so long, it would be a shame for their people to have never experienced peace. Mirai agrees. believing it's important that Beerus and Champa experience this taste of luxury under an advanced civilization, which is why they won't be involved in this war. As they speak, the pair are gaining a newfound appreciation for civilized society. When this war is over, Mirai will make sure his people tend to them and feed the hunger of not only their bodies, but their minds. What they are capable of defies logic, and Brewd must make it his job to make sure they are great leaders, with judgment worthy of a Hakaishin, which is something he promises to do. Changing the subject, now that he's learned to fly, Mirai's decided to take a different approach to his training versus Taima's, whose was dedicated most to understanding Heki so he can manipulate the elements. His abilities made him well suited for that. Instead, the two of them will work on Brewd's power and technique alone.
I'm ready! Bring it on!
Back in the dark, cold desert.
Now, boy, you face the true king of this world, and death itself.